Never tried hard. All my fears are open now. Never thought that this one went so hard again. Now we fucked it all up this time. Got so high, couldn't see the bottom. I just crashed my car and it gone. Alright, we're here for the musical analysis of Betrayed by the Game. A bop. A certified bop in hardcore by Dance Gavin Dance off Mothership? I want to say it's Mothership. This is a request from Kyolus Rex 87. I've heard this song many times. I'm going to go into the production of it, what kind of influences I think they're referencing when putting the song together, and what kind of songwriting principles they're utilizing to keep you interested and keep the song just going forward. Alright, so without further ado, okay, right off the bat before we go, notice how they just started with the guitar riff, and instead of repeating it twice like normal songwriting structure would be, like repeat the thing twice and then move on, they went for a more abrupt direction where they only play it once, which is capturing your attention, and then they're already moving on, kind of like an ADD moment. I think I've seen this done with Dancing Queen by ABBA. Dancing Queen starts out, such an old song, but it starts out with like the pre-chorus into the chorus, and then it goes straight into, or actually I think it's the post-chorus, sorry. It starts with like the you can fly, you can fly. A random spot to start a song, but it just brings tension before moving into the song. So that, I want to bring some attention to that. If you're a guitarist writing, or even just a songwriter in general, what they're doing with that, the guitar riff is pretty complicated, but when they use those two notes over and over again, it's a concept called blocking, which is a technique to get you to remember or be interested in the riff. As humans, we're very attracted to patterns, and so when you have a repeating phrase that comes back in, it captures your attention, and it also makes you more willing to listen to more bits of information. Repeating, essentially what Will's doing is using those two notes to capture your attention, and also making it so that you're a little bit like warmed up to hear the really fast tapping part. Alright, we're going into a pre-chorus. Little production, EQ on Stillion. Two-step. Pick up the energy. Bring it in, John. So, one thing I really like about some of Dance Gavin Dance's older stuff is you can tell that they're a little bit more heavier in their sound. The older records have Tillian just really screaming and adding some grit to his voice. But then when you start moving towards like Artificial Selection and even Afterburner, his breath is a little bit more noticeable, more distinguished, because he is singing so high and he has this nice little tone. The producers seem to focus more on his breath as a singer and his tone rather than that raw power that he puts out. So, interesting little transition as they move into more maturity. Tillian's voice gets mixed in a way that's a little bit more unique to him than a generic mix that you would hear on a punk band or a metalcore band. I like the use of the reverb on the guitar to make the space seem big. And the drums are doing the same thing, being very big and open. Okay, we're back in the verse. Pre-chorus again. Little songwriting tip too that Tilian's using in his singing is to go into the chorus from the verse in between. This pre-chorus is a little bit more spacey in the words and the lyrics, where the verse had a lot of syllables. Before we go into the chorus, we want to kind of add a palate cleanser, and so good contrast to what Tilian's doing is the spacey. And I noticed that both times before we went into the chorus, there was another touch of contrast added where the last line was EQ'd to kind of sound like it was coming from a telephone. They did this both times right before they go into the chorus, so that when the words came back in, it felt like a nice full chorus because they just took away some of the, call it bandwidth, the range of the vocal. And it sounds like moving into the second chorus, they're adding some variant, some little stylistic changes, rather than starting the chorus the same way they did with the first chorus. They pulled some instruments back. Sounds a little bit more like a bridge almost. The melody of as the chorus changed. Bring it back in, the same vibe from the first chorus. Post chorus. Big slow drums, reverb guitar, lead guitar, just adding that big space. It's like that feeling like you're going into a new world. Nice little background vocal touch, fading out. Now they're laying her in the chorus. We got this rhythmic phrase, Tilian singing. We got John on the top. Very, very cool way to end a song is to really have the most energy you can. That's a very common way of ending your music, is to get your third chorus to just be just very stacked with a lot of parts. And of course, it's a Dance Gavin Dance song, so love the message, love the lyrics. Helps you break down your own ego and give yourself a little bit more of an objective view of how you think and how you live. Very common message from these Rise record bands with this introspective self-development, I don't want to say agenda, but like motion that they're making. You know, because I think everyone on this record, everyone on this label wants you to, rise figuratively, literally. Thank you all for still sticking around. Recently hit 300 subscribers. I did not expect 5 videos I posted a year ago to keep driving momentum. So thanks again. And for those of you who want to get a little bit more into music, dabble a little bit more into it, you can always find me on Instagram. I have the same handle, Mitch Plays Riffs. I post
stuff a lot more frequently than I do on YouTube. I actually share a lot of songwriting stuff. It's not necessarily tips, but usually always working on music, and so I'm always sharing little glimpses of what I'm doing. So if anyone wants to collaborate, schedule one-on-one time to just talk about music and writing, just find me on there. At Mitch Plays Riffs, same as my YouTube channel. And yeah, let's keep journeying through music together. Anyways, thanks for sticking around, and I'll catch you guys in the next video.